Hi all, and welcome back to Mikey Rob Media. Today I am here in Anfield, and as many football fans would know, both home and away, exactly where I am. I'm here, located on Brownfield Road, just off of Anfield Road, walking up towards the world famous Anfield Stadium. There's a reason why I'm doing this video today, and that's to talk about and go back in time of what local residents and fans consider a blister on the map here in Anfield. And we're going to talk about Anfield Square. The two streets in particular that are sadly no more, they made way for improvements, renovations and expansions here in Anfield for the main stand to be developed. So join me on the other side of the intro and let's get straight into the video. Let's go. And welcome back everyone. So here we have it. I'm here on Anfield Square. Home to once stood many families, many residents. Sadly now, streets have become a ghost town. Join me further in the video as we take a look back in time through the method of Google Maps. And let's talk about what this area once was, what it holds for the future, how Liverpool City Council and Liverpool Football Club should be doing something within this area. Was it demolished for no reason? We'll take a look around, have a look at the streets that once stood, the many families who were once here, who maybe have moved on to different locations now. But let's talk a little bit about the history as to what these streets once was. And let's get straight into it. Once upon a time, this grassed area used to have 2 rows of terraced houses. This is what was Baltic Street. And then just over the way there was another row of houses. Where that fence is was the other side of Pulford Street. But if we just look at how vast this area is, again, 2 streets just in this square demolished. And we ask ourselves why? What is the future? And what is the potential for this area? Again, further into the video, we will take a look back in time as to what the streets once looked like. So let's take on a walk down Bagnall Street, and you see many remnants of what this area still has. You know, the old lamp poles, still in situ. This was earmarked for demolition back in the very early 10s, I believe it was. And demolition began late 2013 into 2014, and that's when the demolition really started to progress in order to make way for our beautiful fortress, the main stand. But let's carry on and just imagine for a second with me the many families that once were on this street, the hundreds of thousands of fans who pass this coming to games every day and see this and think, what did it used to be? What was it like? And that is why, in the course of the video, I will take you back in time and show you just exactly what these terraces used to look like. Just in front of me now, you have Back Rockfield Road, which I'm sure many home and away fans would have used this as a cut to get up to Anfield Stadium. But let's cut over to the other street that is within this square, and that is just over the way there, Baltic Street. And so here we are at the start of what used to be Baltic Street. Just behind me, again, Back Rockfield Road. I'm sure many of you are familiar with that passageway. The thoroughfare to the stadium As you can see, how this square just remains lost in time. The old street poles, the lampposts, the telegraph poles are just one reminder as to what this neighbourhood once was. But let's take you on a walk down Baltic Street. Again, I really hope in the future that this becomes into something magnificent. I do have to thank one of my good friends, Greybeard Media, for giving me the inspiration to do this video. This is not something I would normally cover. And to be fair, I was quite happy in doing so. But it was through the encouragement of Greybeard Media and also another fellow friend and content creator, KC Imageworks. I will link both of their videos here. You should definitely go over and take a look at their take on this area. They could probably have done far better video than what I'm doing right now. But yeah, it's sad to see that just as far back as now, it's over a decade, this land remains as it is, overgrown, disused, under-occupied. And we ask ourselves why. So many of you will recognise the street in front of me as Walton Breck Road. The key area in which many of the retail outlets, as you see there in front, the scarf sellers, the merch stalls, all set up every single match day. Could this area just be one idea, one potential area to situate the local businesses? Could there be potential, as mentioned in Greybeard Media's video? Could there be an opportunity for relocation of a much discussed area on the opposite side of Anfield Stadium, which is Skerries Road and Wilbur Road? Lots of talks and lots of speculation as to expansions have gone on over a number of years now. There is definitely potential here. There has to be something more to it than this. Ghost streets, blast from the past. Could the residents of Skerries and Wilbur be rehomed here in modern houses? Could there be an opportunity for green space, quiet areas, a cafe? Because that is something that is sadly missed now since the club store has been renovated. They got rid of the much-loved cafe. Many talks have gone around involving cafes, hotels, car parking areas. And I say it again, what could this area become? Hopefully one day, bring it back to all its glory. Bring back to Anfield something better than just empty space. There are many other streets that were sadly demolished in and around the same time as this location. Again, all to make way for the main stand. And perhaps I can do that part 2 on that and take you back in time as well. Take you back in time quicker than Marty McFly ever did and show you just exactly what streets came down over there along with over here. So that is Anfield Square in 2025. What does the future hold? But without further ado, let's jump over to post-production Mikey in the future and let's do a deep dive into what these streets once were, the ghost streets of Anfield Square. Let's go. And so you look at Anfield now, Massive, bright, alive. It's hard to picture what this square used to be. Before the main stand, before the crowds used to pass through the turnstiles the way they do now, this was all houses. Bagnall Street, Baltic Street, just two of the streets that were in this square. Rows of red brick terraces, tight little back alleys, kids kicking a ball against the walls. You'd hear the buzz of the matchday rolling over the rooftops. This was home, proper home, right under the shadow of the stadium. But time moved on. The club had dreams of growing, more fans, more noise, more pride for this city, and that meant change. You'll never walk alone. For stands to rise, it meant that streets around it had to fall. And so began the clearing of the community, one house at a time, one memory at a time. And so it was by the early 2010s, the writing was already on the wall. Houses around the ground that had been standing empty for years, boarded up, weather beaten, waiting for what came next. And that brings us to Bagnall and Baltic Street, sat right in the middle of it all. Once full of laughter and chats over the fences, now it was just silence, the echo of what it used to be. For many who lived here, it weren't easy. Some had roots going back generations, same house, same neighbours, same Saturday walks down to the match. Leaving wasn't just moving house, it was leaving a lifetime behind. Still, most knew it had to happen. The club had plans, and big ones at that, to bring it back to life, the life of Anfield. It's not just a stadium, but for people, it was living around here, a way of life. And that takes us on to the demolition. Brick by brick, the old terraces, they had to come down. And in their place is now this open space. No more houses, just an empty square. A place where people can meet again. They call it Anfield Square now. A new space that connects the stadium to its community. Kids could play here, fans could meet before the games, but the old street names, they still whisper in the wind. Bagnall Street, Baltic Street, yeah, they may be gone from the map, but they've never gone from Anfield's heart. And because the spirit of those streets, the people, the memories, they are what make Anfield. Anfield, what it's always been and what it always can be. So let's look to the future, what could be in this area. So let's hand you back over to Mikey in the field. Thanks for that, Mikey from the future there. I'm going to wrap this one up here, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this little video. I'm going to pass it over to you in the comments now to discuss. Share your thoughts and opinions as to what, sadly, this area has become, but what it can be in the future. I've been Mikey Rob Media. This is Anfield, and this is Anfield Square. If you've liked the video, make sure you subscribe, comment, share, all the good stuff, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.